It's hard to love something or someone and watch them fall to pieces and not do something about them. Eric and I have always wanted to come back to this town and make a difference.
We've given 200% to who we work for. This time we wanted to give 200% for ourselves to the community, but it be on our terms.
My name is Hayden Hall. I was born and raised in Clarksdale. I am a chef. That's what I do for a living.
I am Erica Eason Hall. I am from Clarksdale, Mississippi. I am wife of Hayden Hall. I am business manager at Oxbow restaurant.
Oxbow is a restaurant that Eric and I opened here in Clarksdale. We saw a rebirth in Clarksdale that was centered around blues, culture, art, and food, and we knew that those were things that we could help with the community. I'm not old enough to say I grew up like my parents did, where everything was just, Pleasantville, but I do remember a time when everybody in the community, would come sit on each other's front porches and, and visit, and people knew each other, and it's sort of back to why Eric and I have chosen to come back home to Clarksdale.
Hayden and I met 9th grade geometry.
I think we sensed each other that we had the same spirit, that we had the same, soul. We wanted to be able to expand the way people looked at things.
He and I both don't want to do what everyone else does. So we moved away from Clarksdale.
We wanted to go away and just to be exposed, to expose the things that we didn't get growing up here in Clarksdale.
We got the opportunity to live in 2 major cities and have fabulous experiences there.
I landed a job with Wolfgang Puck at the Source restaurant, Washington, D.C., which was just a completely, amazing experience for me as a chef.
I had the opportunity to work on Capitol Hill, and the energy, it was constant craziness, and I love a challenge like that, and so it was perfect for me.
We had this idea that one day we'd like to go home and open our own business. And the challenge that Eric and I run into is that everywhere we've ever worked, we give everything we have. We treat every business experience like we own the business. We give it all. But we realized one day when we're both working, a tremendous amount of hours, I would work all day and all night, and we would just see each other in the passing. We moved back home for a short period of time, thinking that we were ready to settle home, but we weren't. So we moved again to New Orleans, but again, I think there's just sort of this magnet, that is at one's home that always seems to pull you back. Home is always going to be home.
I've got to put some flowers out here and really change took the winter things down. Hayden. Are you ready to give me the specials? Do you want to come back there, or do you want me to bring a notebook? Let me go get my notebook.
Where's the marker? There's nobody else that I'd rather be in the trenches with, so to speak, than Erica, because this business that we operate here at Oxbow can become very challenging. I had to be completely sure that Erica was on board.
My previous reservations had been that maybe nobody would show up every day, and that we wouldn't be able to pay the bills, and we wouldn't be able to take care of ourselves, we wouldn't be able to feed ourselves, and so on and so forth. And I think people in the community would like to say that Hayden and Erica are puddle jumpers. Oh, well, this won't last long. This is just another of one of their whims. What do you want me to call the salad? I was always sort of scared. I was fearful to do it. But something finally clicked in me. I can't even put it into words, but it was just like this overwhelming feeling and belief that we could do it, and it was time to do it now.
The reason why Eric and I chose to call our restaurant Oxbow is because an oxbow represents where a river breaks its path and does sort of a U shape, it's always pulled back to where it started. That's where it gets its energy from.
Hey.
I just want, is there any way to just get a regular cheeseburger?
Yeah.
I'm not good with all the extra.
Order in? You know, we are completely at Oxbow a mom and pop business. We don't have some millionaire that is backing this restaurant. What about for you?
I am going to try the garlic.
It takes every person that walks in the store, you know, every day to keep us going. Hey, Alicia, how are you?
Good, how are you?
All right, so we did tuna salad, double tuna, lettuce and green onion, and a lime.
That's it, that's it.
Okay, it's $11.75.
We want people to think a little differently. For example, all the time we get guys coming in here that is say, you know, I've never had tuna that's not from a can.
Tuna tacos, please. Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
I got one tuna taco and a sando, slaw on the side too, Herb. So we put a tuna taco on the menu, and basically it's a seared sushi grade tuna that has been stir fried in a wok and topped with a ginger citrus slaw and a sriracha aioli. You can go ahead on everything. You know, and that's really exciting to me to have people that try those things they've never tried before, that I believe that they're missing. You know, my father's a painter. And if you look around this room, you can see all what he's put onto canvas. People always ask me, you know, do you paint? And I say, you know, I don't even know which end of the brush to hold. You know, I'm not a painter. But I do find that food has become my medium. Hopefully you can taste and you can smell and you can see the love that we put into it and the passion we put into it. I think that's what home has been for us. It's always been an anchor. It's always been the beginning, you know, and hopefully the end. It's where we started and where we'll finish.
I do not believe that one of us could run Oxbow without the other. I could not be at the cash register and not have Hayden cooking the food. I would be so stressed out trying to control and help the kitchen out. I wouldn't be able to turn my back and trust that the kitchen was okay and that I could just focus on the front of the house.
I never would have imagined how rewarding it actually is to work with my wife, but it's actually become a really healthy situation for us.
We don't get all a fluster when something falls apart at the restaurant. It's like, okay, how do we plug that hole? How do we fix this? I would say I need to go home and feed the dogs, but I could do 6 o'clock. I mean, I would rather just go to Raymond.
It's just, I do want to talk a little bit today about what happened.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I mean, I'm totally available right now.
Well, I just want to a couple things we have to do is that what happens to me is that this is what happens to me that drives me crazy, okay? It's when we experience the same problems and they keep happening over and over and over. Yeah. People don't get it. All this stuff that I talk lately, like all the little things are great until the shit hits the fan.
I know. And then it shows
and
the weakness. Yeah.
You know, every day we run smooth, it's all fine. And then one day, then all of a sudden we just do 150 people in a. So if the systems aren't strong to begin with, then that's when it breaks down.
Check your problems at the door. I always say that. I've always acted like that for the other people I work for. I expect them to do the same.
You feel like the last thing you would do is take away their job,
right.
But at some point you have to realize that people took their job away themselves.
We just have to be on game for showtime. You know, it's not like you have to be on point. You know, for an 8-hour day here, it's a
That's
short
my whole
spell.
Point, is that you
right.
deal with all this stuff. You need
exactly.
to come in here.
Exhale forward. Bow your head towards your heart.
Hayden and I both attend yoga.
Look under your left leg.
And we both agree that it has severely lessened our anxiety in life.
And now lower your left knee to the ground. Good. Again. Good. Take your thigh bones back. Stick your buttocks out and root the tailbone down. Draw the shoulders back like you're finding cobra. And take your left arm out towards me. Plug that arm bone in. Sweep it over your ear. Push it to your back heel deeply.
There's so much left to be done in Clarksdale. There's so many empty buildings available and waiting to be changed and to be breathed life back into. We bought a house on LaFleur Avenue in downtown Clarksdale. This looks good.
Thank you.
I mean,
Next step. It's probably, I got to do a little more.
I think I've seen people before me, people like
Took the wall
Nan
paper
Hughes,
down.
Roger Stoley, people that have done a lot for downtown, Bubba O'Keefe, people like that. I want to be that next generation of people that do that. I think Hayden and I definitely have that fire.
Put this machine on.
I'm going to go in the kitchen and paint for a little bit. I want to see our town not die, and so I want to help keep it alive.
That was good.
You like the color?
Love it. Good choice. Uh-oh.
Well, not blue because the light's still on, but
That's definitely
which we
gonna be-
have all that. You know, I have everything. We could just work for hours.
All right, I'm back at it.
We get restless in the fact that we like to see change, but I think we're maturing more and realizing that we have Oxbow. We can change Oxbow. We can change what it looks like. We don't have to actually close Oxbow and go do something else. We can change in our own environments, and I think it's healthy on the whole revitalization idea. But yeah, I mean, I'll just move. I'll just go do another spot that's allowed.
Two burger, cheese and mayo. One taco, two pasta specials.
Order in. Hey.
Usual.
Oh yeah. If Oxbow
Cuban
closed
plain
tomorrow
with
for
Cajun chips.
some unforeseen reason that we both, got hit by a bus,
All right. Order in.
I know that for 11 months we had something special here, and we allowed the palates of our customers to be exposed to something different than what they had before in Clarksdale.
If you leave things better than you found them, that's what you're supposed to do. So that's our goal, and we don't regret it one bit for coming home.